Hi, welcome back. I was massaging earlier today, like an hour away from here, and it was nice out. And I was like, that this is great. Like I'll be able to come home and I'll be able to ride. And I got coffee on my way home or on my way to the barn, and I was a mile away, like literally a mile away from here, and it started raining on and off. And I was like, okay, let me do the barn chores and see like if it kind of goes away. And now it's just steady raining. So I can't ride. It was Dallas's 12th birthday yesterday. So I was like, let's just give him a massage. I haven't I don't think I've videoed given him any of his massages, so we can, I'm so sorry that you're crooked. We can give him a massage and kind of talk about it. And I feel like a lot of people can relate to his situation because he is a performance horse and he has not shown in 2 years. So he hasn't been consistently rode or trained for 2 years. And we're going to show this year. There's actually a show that we were supposed to be at today, but I was an idiot and kind of forgot the dates, and I didn't schedule his shots in Coggins in time. So like the show weekend really crept up on me, and then it was like the week before, and I was like, crap, that show is like this coming weekend. So I was too late to have his shots in Coggins done. So our first show will be next month. But a horse that has been off, or a show horse that has been let down for a little while or for a couple months, and now you're bringing them back up, you're building them back up. The problems that they're going to have is a lot different than a senior horse or a horse that is coming off an injury. So these horses are going to be working their muscles. They're going to be not overexerting, but they're going to be building muscle. Those muscles get tight when they're worked, just like athletes who work out, or, when you go to the gym, when you run, after that run, you're kind of sore the next day. So it's more so on the lines of preventative. And because you ride them or work them every day, it's real tuned into your head if something starts going wrong, or if they take a funny step, or if something just doesn't look quite right. You can go ahead and give them a massage and just stay ahead of any problems. And it's going to improve their range of motion. It's probably going to improve their attitude because they feel better. So the client that I massaged today, I'm going to do a post about them because they're just a really good testament. When I came out, the horse had really bad back problems. I would kind of like run my finger along their back and they would just cave right into that pressure. And there was a saddle fit problem. There was, a lot of, if you've had a massage chart done by me, there was a lot of pink areas on the chart where this horse had tension. And, just about every other month, they would have me come out. And I want to show the progression of those charts because they trusted the process and they trusted my work. And so I did that horse this morning, and he had one problem, and this is not a problem. It's just a little bit of tension on his left pole. And I said, that's kind of been a trend with him throughout all of his charts. And that just might be due to him, working, or he might hold himself a little bit tighter on that one side. And it could be just how he carries himself. He might lean a little bit harder on that rein, something that's really not a concern, right? So by doing the massage regularly, you stay ahead of any problem. So he has no back problems whatsoever. Last time he had a funny front leg, and I think that was, I think they pulled his shoes off, and he might have had like a funny step in the indoor, and he kind of just was sore that day or for a couple of days. And so we massaged, and that was gone today, this time. So it's just a true testament of, it's not a one and done process. Massage is something that you need to keep up with. And that's when you're going to see your big progression. So he is antsy. He is going to get massage. So I'm going to do this the same way I did the last time with Mirage. I'm just going to hyperlapse most of it, and then when there is a issue or where there's something I think is really neat to point out, I will stop and point that out. So let's get started. Okay, so it is gotten a little cold out. I had to put my jacket on, and he's normally blanketed, so he's got short hair. So during massage, obviously, if you're cold and you're tensed, you're not going to get the best massage, and you're kind of going to be uncomfortable. And the whole point of this is for him to be comfortable and feel good. So I'm going to throw the cooler on him just to keep him a little bit warmer. Because like the rain is coming in and it's starting to kind of blow a little bit. So I don't want him chilly during his massage. No. So we'll just kind of do like what the people masseuse. What am I trying to say? We'll do what the people masseuse do. Oh gosh. So I'm just going to like cover up. Oh, I can't use my words today. I'm going to cover him up in sections. So like whatever section I'm not working on, I'll just throw the blanket on him. I obviously need more coffee. Typically, he's always tight in his shoulders. He is my hunt seat horse. So we always ask for a very long and slow trot. But for him, that's a little bit hard to accomplish. His canter is very nice. His trot is always where we have to work really hard. So always asking him to move his shoulders out. And we do a lot of counter bends and counter arcs and stuff like that to kind of open up his chest and his shoulders. So they get tight pretty easily. And then he gets tight around his stifles as well. I'm suspecting he is going to be a candidate for injections, maybe down the road. He hasn't shown any signs of needing them yet, but just based off how he always feels when I give him massage and when he starts to get stiff under saddle, he might need that to just help him out as he gets a little older. But most horses, you know, I'm doing his leg muscles. They have 3 major leg muscles here. And he's enjoying that. A lot of horses like these leg muscles worked because just like your legs, you're on them all the time. So they really don't get a break. Then where horses don't lay down for very long, if at all, you know, these muscles never get a break really. So it's a lot of horses really enjoy when you massage their legs. And you, I know, you're such a child. You're such a child. So I'll go ahead and move that cooler up to his neck and we'll start working on his back. So he was a little bit sore, well not sore, he was a little bit tight in his hindquarters, just like his glute area, his bicep femoris, which is pretty common area for any performance horse to be tight, because especially if they're like Western pleasure horses and they're really driving with that outside hind leg slowly, and they're pushing off and they're using themselves correctly, they will get some tension there. So I just want to show you. I don't know if you can hear. It is so cold. It's raining. The rain has picked up a little bit, but it's like rain on a tin roof sound. And then I'll show you what his view is. So that's what he's looking at. There's like birds everywhere. There's ducks in the water. There's geese. So he's getting the whole spa experience today. Like the sounds, the breeze, everything. So we're going to switch sides. And I got to figure out where to put this camera on this side. So we'll figure that out and we'll be right back. I want to show you what my hands look like after I massage. And he's clean. Like, he wears a blanket, and I just brushed him. I curry combed him, everything before. So I don't care how clean your horse is or how much show sheen or you just gave them a bath. My hands are going to look like this when I'm done. So that's fun. Some people are like, oh my gosh, my horse is so dirty. No, they're clean. I'm really getting in there. So that is what it is. His right side, same exact stuff as on the left. What did I say? Did I say left? His right side has same issues as he does on the left. So a little bit of tightness in his shoulders and a little bit of tightness in his hindquarters, just all around glutes. Like his stifle area, his bicep femoris, some tendinosis area. So that's good when you have bilateral issues. Not really issues, but you know what I mean. When you have a problem on one side that's not on the other side, now you have to start thinking about what's causing that. That's a chain reaction from something. Typically, horses work in opposites. So if there's a tight something on, let's just say, the right side, there might be an issue on the left side, and the right side is overcompensating for that left side problem, or vice versa. That's not always the case though, so it's very important to, you know, do the whole horse and then kind of assess, you know, if they took an odd step on the left side, that could cause just the left side front or hind leg or shoulder or hindquarters to be sore or tight. But if there's, you know, none of that, there's been no accidents or no falls or no slips or funny steps, and there's just like one issue on one side that's not present on the other, it's kind of like a chain reaction of opposites that's going on. So you kind of need to talk to the owner or the rider or the trainer and see, you know, if they've been, you know, doing something odd that they haven't been doing before, or if the training has changed or something, saddle has changed. There's many things that it could be. Another interesting thing that I wanted to mention is when I go through barns that have like one owner and one rider for multiple horses, or one trainer for multiple horses, a lot of times those horses will have similar problems on the same side. People are very much one-sided. We're just as off balance and asymmetrical as our horses are, even though, you know, we may feel like we're balanced, or we may feel like we're putting our weight equally in each stirrup, or we might be holding the reins equally. There's always going to be some sort of imbalance there. And a lot of times that will come through in the horses as well. And we have strong sides and we have weak sides. Our horses have strong sides and they have weak sides. So if your strong side is also your horse's strong side, a lot of times that side gets overworked because that's just an easy way. Like for me, I'm very much left-handed, left-sided. Dallas is very much right-handed, right-sided. Right lead is his best. So we kind of balance each other out. But if your strong side is your horse's strong side, you know, that weak side can tend to get really weak really fast. And, you know, it's always easy to go into the left lead. And, you know, it's a little bit harder for us. If you're weak on the right side, it's a little harder for you to get that shoulder back and to, you know, get your shoulders in line with the horse's shoulders and get your leg where it needs to be and get him in frame and keep yourself in check. You know, it's a lot to think about. So it's very interesting to see, you know, if one person has multiple horses, a lot of times they'll have similar issues. So keep that in mind as well. If you are someone who rides multiple horses, just keep that in the back of your mind. I mean, there's not a whole lot you can do. We're all human, and I do it myself with him. So it is what it is. It's another great way, or another great reason why implementing massage into their regular maintenance is very important. Even if it's not, you know, like the horse I was talking about earlier that I did, I saw him last was 2 months ago, actually. So, you know, we're still catching him before he has any issues at this point. So some horses can go longer than others. Just depends on the horse and the rider and the training and everything else. So I hope you enjoyed Dallas's massage. I know he thoroughly enjoyed it. It's a little cold, but that's okay. The rain is actually coming in now, so I have to close the barn doors. So he's going to lose his view. So I'm going to finish up here, and I don't know what I'm going to do the rest of the day. Try to stay warm and dry, I guess. But everybody, wish Dallas a happy birthday. He is 12 years old today. No, yesterday. Yesterday was your birthday. He was 12 years old, and I bought him as a weanling. And he was a Palomino weanling at that. If you are friends with me on Facebook, I have a couple baby pictures of him. And he was Palomino. White mane, white tail, white legs, white blaze. And I was like, oh my gosh. You know, I had his 3/4 sister, actually, and we lost her tragically. And then he was born, and the breeder called my mom, actually, the day that he was born. And she's like, you've got to come up here. I'm not trying to sell him to you, but he looks identical to the filly that you had a couple years ago. And he was a spitting image of her, same color and everything. And then before we picked him up, before he was weaned, he started changing color. So he was losing all his Palomino baby hair, and he was like really dark gray underneath. So I was like, okay, I bought a Palomino and now he's a gray, and obviously now he's white. So, but we love him so much, and aiming for the show next month. So we'll see, and hopefully we can bring you along for that too. All right, guys, thank you for joining me. If you don't follow me on YouTube here, subscribe, like the video, leave some comments or questions below. And you can also follow me on Facebook, No Knots Equine Massage. I do post like my schedule on there and stuff. So I do travel. If you are in neighboring states and you have 4 or more horses, I will travel and spend the day with you. So I would love to do that. Love to meet you guys. And that's it for today. Bye, guys.